Hey guys, welcome to another war recap. This time we went up against a Ukrainian clan who unfortunately I am totally unable to pronounce. So because of that small handicap, we're just going to be calling them RB. It was a tie war. We won by exactly 1%, super close. They did better on our Town Hall 10s than we did. They 3-starred our number 1, number 2. We 3-starred their number 1 and left 2 stars on their 10s, but we only left 1 star on the 9s, whereas they left 2 stars on the 9s. It basically came down to percent, where we won by 1%, and it was pretty much because of K's attack right here, 96%. So, way to go to him and getting the 3-star on number 1, which we'll look at in a little bit. One of the things I really wanted to show this war, I'll just touch on it now and we'll show the replay later, is if you don't have heroes in war, who was it? Lord Winterfell right here, number 7. He didn't have his king this war. It was down, it was upgrading. So he is ranked number 7, but he just dropped down to 13 and 14 because he didn't have his king, hit much lower weight bases, and actually did really, really well. And then what we did is the person in that area who was Finn, our lowest Town Hall 9, came up and scouted base 5 and base 7 for us. So we did a little flip there. It ended up working out really, really well. So if you guys have people in your clan who are upgrading their heroes but they still want a war, you can do it. They just have to hit a lot lower. I wouldn't recommend more than one, probably 2 people though. Any more than that, could get kind of dicey, but it depends on how many people are in the war. With that out of the way, let's get into the recaps, starting out with K's 3-star on number 1 here. K's really been working hard in multiplayer on these ring bases, hitting Town Hall 10s, hitting Town Hall 11s with the Queen walks, and just been putting a lot of practice in, and it's been starting to show in war. Leads off with that quad quake there. Sends a hog in to get the lure, bunch of archers, and a golem. The golem is the kind of go-to method right now for anti-Valkyries. When the golem explodes, it does 550 damage, plus the little golemites. I think add in another, I want to say like 60 each, I think it is. So when you have whole Valkyries who have 1200 health, I believe it is, at level 5, that golem exploding plus then the golemites exploding takes out roughly 2/3, 70% of their health. Plus, other defenses, infernos. It's pretty significant. They get one shot and die pretty much, unless they are in a heal spell. So K creates a little bit of a funnel there. Does his normal double freeze, double rage thing there, which I'm still not a fan of, but he makes it work, and he's getting the 3 stars way higher up than I am, so who am I to say anything? He takes out pretty much guts the core with his Valks, and then he's got his heroes trailing on the left here, picking up all the trash with some wizards, and a couple hero giants over there with this wizard that's going to come in and do a whole lot of work. And we're pretty much in the cleanup, so I'm just going to speed through this here. Heroes work their way around. Healers definitely help up. Like I said, guys, your queen walk doesn't have to be huge in order to be successful. The healers eventually, just kind of they make their value throughout the whole entire raid, keeping up wizards, keeping up Valks, keeping up heroes. So it's like 40 plus troop space, but through the whole raid, it's pretty much the most valuable troop space you have. Way to go, K! Really good taking on their number 1. It was definitely super clutch in winning this war. Next up, we have Luke the Great hitting number 5. Couple things we're going to focus on here is wall breakers with a test wall breaker. And this was an extremely difficult base. It's probably the most anti 3-star base that I've ever seen in a war. There's that test wall breaker we were talking about. So the first one comes down, triggers a little bomb, and then the 3 main one comes down to break into the compartment for real. So that's what you need to do, especially on corners or obvious break-in places. That's where you want to put little bombs and set them 1 tile back so that the wall breaker walks over it, it triggers, it explodes, wall breaker goes bye-bye. You'll get to see another one down here again at the bottom. So it kind of sucks having to bring 4 wall breakers, 8 troop space. It sucks. 3 is better, obviously, but that test wall breaker will save you. If you wall breaker fail and your troops decide to circle, it's pretty much the end of your raid, so don't skip on wall breaker space. So dealing with the CC, totally easy, no rage spell needed because there are no defenses up in that compartment. Golem comes down to start tanking here, and again, there's the wall breaker. Test wall breaker fails. The 3 main ones go in to open it up. That's how you do it. The minions died to that air bomb, so drops a Valk to create funneling. Fortunately, that king and the Valk decide to walk, but it ends up being really good later on. All the Valks come in with a heal spell because there's a lot of DPS in that compartment. Queen, Expos, Archer Towers. And I'm not sure if it was totally intentional or not, but all of the Valks decide to take a walk and head out of the base here. The Queen's up top, just still doing her thing. Sorry, I zoomed out a little bit on that. And like I said, that king breaks through the wall there, takes out that cannon, which ended up working out really well. A couple of backside loons there to take out that outside mortar and then path in a little bit more, I guess. But Luke is super patient here on the last jump spell and the heal spell, which was really key. And there goes the first of the 2 jump spells to span those 4 compartments. Still saving the heal spell because everything's kind of distracted. There was just a wizard tower who was firing at the king, and now we get into the compartment with all the stuff in it. There's a Tesla, cannon, archer tower. So the heal spell comes down when there's actually finally DPS incoming. Bomb there. I think that was uncovered during a scout. And little loon for the backside there, which ended up being kind of in the wrong spot because that mortar really wasn't any threat to the Valks. The balloon would have been better over here on the backside of the ring because this attack was literally won by like half a second. It was exceptionally close. Really good job to Luke there. Really difficult base and really impressive attack. Number 6 here is getting hit by Biscuit Keeper for I believe one of 2 air attacks this war. This was a really impressive GoLaLoon. Just absolutely outstanding. Phenomenal placement and execution for a fresh hit too. Drops the wizard a little bit early there, gets sniped off by the archer. So, be a little patient, wait for stuff to target. There's that test wall breaker that we were talking about, followed by the main ones. King comes down a little early on the king there because this cannon goes down and then the king kind of runs out in front and he dies pretty quickly. But he does get to do some stuff. There's the jump spell connecting all those compartments. We weren't sure which compartment that queen was going to be in when she aggroed onto his kill squad, so we just wanted to be safe. There's a heal spell to greet everything. 2 Valks went and targeted that queen, so that was really smart. Poison spell to greet all the CC troops that come out. And as soon as he knows that the CC troops are done and dealt with, it's time for the loons. One comes in to pick up all the traps with loons followed behind. The hounds come in. The first hound explodes. The second hound is there to replace it. Excellent timing. Getting really good value out of the queen. She steps in, takes out that expo. Balloons take out the sweeper. And another hound, as it pops, another hound is there to meet it. Lots of loon pathing through the core. Rage spell there to hurry everything along. Missed that archer tower and they have to double back for it. But it ends up not being an issue because there's nothing left in this base. Got a really good loon split there. 1 balloon went to the wizard tower. I don't think it would have mattered too much, but it was still a really good split. And it's just clean up from there. Pups behind. Queen even made it through. Very, very impressive air attack. It was good stuff. Way to go, Biscuit. And there's the final army composition. Number 8 here gets hit by Rick in the true definition of Max Valks. From an earlier hit on this base, we knew that there was a Lava Hound in here. And Rick wanted to completely avoid the Lava Hound, so by doing that, he said, I'm going to mass Valk this thing all the way. 26 Valks. I think there was even some more in the clan castle, but I won't swear to that. The only thing that's sucky that kind of happens is the queen ends up getting involved, and she pretty much just locks down with the Lava Hound and just follows it around the whole raid. So if you guys are trying to do a Lava Hound, or I'm sorry, all Valk raid in order to avoid the CC or something like that, put your queen on the total opposite side, like way over here, just to clean up trash or something. But as you can see, that queen just walked in, walks on the Lava Hound, and just follows it around. She really doesn't do anything. Really good heal spell in the core for all the Valks. You got to be really fluid with your heal spells for Valks because they're so fast, and a skeleton trap can quickly drag them off of where you thought they were going to go. So you just got to be really, really fast and flexible with your heal spells. And finally, the Lava Hound pops, and the pups. The queen goes down, so there's literally nothing to kill the lava pups. But it doesn't matter. He's got plenty of Valks, and he wrecked this base in I think it was a minute and a half. So there you go. All Valk raid in order to avoid the CC, which ended up popping anyways. But good job, Trick. Number 9 is a popular forum base. I didn't show this one in my popular forum base series because there's so many variations of this one with the bombs in different places. It all has the same style, but a lot of the inner compartments of the base vary a lot. So I didn't find it to be super reliable, but in the future, people can reference this, I guess. He just brings a regular Goho with a couple Valkyries from the clan castle just to probably deal with that queen, because the max Valkyries are pretty significant over level 4 ones. Jump spell to get everything to the core. There's a double giant bomb between the two air sweepers right there, so he removes pathing to it, doesn't even bother to trigger it. Poison spells for the CC, and while everything in that kind of left and core there is distracted by the kill squad, he sends in the hogs. There's the first bomb in that compartment. There's another bomb next to the air defense. Just kind of trickles in hogs here and there. Pre-heals as the hogs take out the air defense, walk into it, trigger the bomb, and then get healed back up. And got a couple hogs left just to reinforce with one final heal spell for this last area. Started as cleanup wizards way over here at the end of the ring. Really awesome. Boom, boom. End of the defense is cleanup. Way to go. So not trying to make it complicated. No queen walk. Nothing crazy. Just standard Goho with a little bit of Valks in there to deal with the queen. Way to go, man. Good job. Number 10 was an excellent 3-star by Kit. It should already be up on YouTube. It's a popular forum base, the Spiral something. I'm not really sure the name. What's our last? Yes. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you have your heroes upgrading, you just need to drop. There's no real set number, but you need to drop probably at least 5 spaces. It's all dependent on your war size. So he leans on, because his king is down, he leans on the rest of his troops and goes for an air attack, which really isn't hero dependent. So that was really smart. So he still has his queen, so he can do queen walk action to take out an objective and not have to do anything, like some sort of all-ground Goho thing, which leans on your heroes a little bit more. He decided to go with air attack, which I thought was just really smart. There goes a Zap Quake down to take out the air defense that was deepest in the base. The queen is going to walk forward and take out this air defense. There it goes. Takes out that air defense. A little bit slow queen walk. We'll start to speed through this. gets a couple defenses on her. And that I've mentioned this in other videos, guys. If you know you're eventually going to fight the queen or multiple defenses or the clan castle or something like that, go ahead and rage early just to be safe. Brings in the hounds. Looks like he tried to do a little bit of a sandwich thing there, which he made work out, I guess. One hound pop, the other hound pop. Rage spell there for the balloons. Speed this up. He just kind of collapses on everything. Both expos on ground, so that was even better for an air attack. So this was mostly just excellent scouting, recognizing that he didn't have a queen, or he didn't have a king, excuse me, and what type of attack would work really well on this base. So I would say this attack was like 80% scouting and like 20% execution or something like that. Excellent hit. Good job, Lord. The last two things that I'm going to touch on here before the end of this video is number, am I on the right side here? Yes. Number 20 is what's known as an engineered base. A lot of people in clan chat were quite upset over this base. I don't really care. If you want to try to go to great lengths to keep your defensive weight down so that you can get your offensive weight up there, and trying to like kind of game the system, you know, whatever you want to do, I really don't care. For comparison, he is matched up against our, there you go, Finn is a Town Hall 7, so there's a little bit of a comparison. But even if you do engineer, you know, your base, and, you know, with the aim to hit higher, you still can't hit that high. So this guy, you know, he might not be the best attacker in the world, he might not be the worst, I don't really know. But he only, you know, being number 20, he swung up and hit 17 for 3, and he hit 14 for 2. So he wasn't even that impactful in the war. And even if he did get 2, you know, 3 stars, or yeah, 2 3 stars, he still can't swing that high and be that important. And he's just a super easy, thoughtless 3-star for us. So I don't see the big deal. You know, is it kind of cheating the system? Yeah, but ultimately I think you're really just screwing yourself. Now, for our defensive winner, usually I do some sort of replay, but since this war was so good, there weren't really a whole lot of bad attacks anywhere. So I decided to just call Snake out here for being the defensive MVP of the game. He had he got hit 4 times, and they still only ended up 2-starring him. If they had gotten that 3rd star on him, they would have won by 1 star and we would have lost. So Snake, far and away from anybody else with his base, was the defensive MVP of the game. Way to go him with his base. And because I am an awesome, nice person and I love YouTube, there's the base for those of you who want to take a look at it and try to figure out where all the traps and everything on your own. It won 4 defenses, you know, pretty much defenses, not a 3-star, so I consider it 4 defenses. There's the base. Yeah, way to go, Snake. Defensive MVP. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, feedback, you know, whatnot, please leave a like and put it in the comments below, and I will get back to it. Thanks for watching.